Are you smart?
Are you smart?
So what if you say you want to be one thing and then change your mind later and want to be something else?
Isn't it cute?
Are you gonna be stuck being that first thing still?
The answer, my friend, is very simple.
Welcome to Buck the Quote.
5 things that I always think about every day to ensure that I'm successful in whatever I do.
Failure is the new success. Today we're talking to Dallas, the dude, not the city. Start a business while going to school? Not a problem. Do you know Dallas Crumb? Well, you're about to.
Excuse me for interrupting, boys and girls.
Number 1, believing in myself, believing in my dream.
I feel like you're someone that has kind of had 2 eras of your life. I want to know how you found out that you were great at something.
In high school, I did sort of have to conform. It was a hard thing. I went to Boise High School. That was a competitive school. All my teachers always told me, like, you gotta get good grades now so that you can get into a good college, so that you can get a good job, so you can make good money, so that you can be happy.
It has to be in that order.
And happiness is on that end. And from there, for me, it was just like, okay, I just gotta get done with this so I can go play hockey. In athletics, it's pretty easy to tell if you're good or not, right? You excel above everyone else. You score more points. When you try out for a team, you usually make it. You play more than other people. There's like lots of these indicators that it's like pretty easy to find out. If I scored more goals, then I was fine. That dynamic changed once I turned 18. You're like a big fish in a small pond. You realize, well, the pond's really big. What I learned is that I wasn't that good. At hockey, my bar was like, holy crud. Fighting and being physical was something that I could bring to the table. It didn't take skill, it just took grit.
When you have certain experiences, you respond with various emotions.
What's stopping me from reaching my goals?
Guys, come on.
It's kind of a double-edged sword.
I don't really want anything to be handed to me on a silver platter. I don't expect it to be.
I mean, just because I'm big, everyone expects me to play football or wrestling and do different things. That's not really me.
Young people are really powerful and have a unique voice because of their age, but at the same time, it means you're caught up in a social group that's not always taken seriously by adults.
I want to succeed, on my own merit and work really hard.
I'm going to milk that for all it's worth. Oh.
Number 2, being willing to work hard for that.
How do you deal with the pressure of that? Like, how do you overcome that feeling?
Positive self-talk has taken me a long ways. Realizing that worrying and anxiety never got anybody anywhere. I think school takes a toll. I struggle really hard with going to school. In specific college classes where I have to do homework and listen and read books. So how I get around is I try to do things that learn in ways that aren't the classroom. I find alternate forms of learning, finding mentors, finding people that I could talk to, get out there in the real world and be like, hey, you've done this before, can I ask you a bunch of questions? I found that out late in my career. It took me 3 years to figure out that this negativity wasn't working. I kind of made this promise to myself that I would never not believe in myself again. And the amount of time that I spend now just thinking about what I can do instead of what I can't do has made a world of difference. 3rd one is being resilient when things aren't going as well.
You said earlier about, the end of my career at 20. That's a really weird thing to hear. How old were you when it actually ended, and how did you kind of move on?
Almost 21 when it ended. That's where I started to do my whole search of what am I good at? Yeah. What do I love? How can I combine those 2 things and make money doing it? And then I got these weird barriers in my head, and it's well, I don't have money. I finally eventually got that one out of my head. It's you don't need money. Other people have money. You just have to have a good idea. I've always had a hard time with people telling me what to do. I'm anti the system sometimes.
Okay.
Not Rage Against the Machine style, but
just you're not over the top.
Yeah, not over the top, but
a nice,
I'm
nice against the
don't tell me how to live my life. I'm gonna live it the way I want to.
Many everyday things and social situations become associated with these primary stimuli, partly by a process called conditioning.
Self-worth is a really big barrier just because if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I might not be doing it well.
Be strong, don't let people get me down, don't let one rejection lower myself.
Our lives right now is very stress-oriented.
Yes, I'm good at some things I do, but it's kind of scary to try new things because everybody expects you to be so good at everything.
And I can't be that way. If I'm not my true self, then who am I?
I should believe in myself a little more. It's just, there we go. It's believing in myself, and that's,
Number 4 is being genuinely grateful and thankful for all the awesome things that I do have in my life already.
You and 4 buddies start your business. For right now, if you ask me, Chris, go start a business, I would say, I don't know where to start. How'd you get the money?
By being a college student, I have opportunities to go compete in business competitions, which people hand you money and you don't have to pay it back. From not knowing anything about business, we did a bunch of research. We talked to as many people as we could about how to do this, how to pitch our business. And so we ended up raising like over $40,000 to get everything going. And again, we could hardly put gas in our gas tanks, you know? And number 5 is treating people well. This whole process has been really revitalizing for me because through it, I have gained a set of tools that are so valuable because I can do it again now. Like I know that if it's time for me to go start another business or help someone start their business, I can do it again. So if I crash and burn like we talked about, like I know that I have the tools and the skill set and now the people in my life that I've surrounded myself with that will help me bring it back up. So I'm not so worried about all those things I used to be worried about, like is it gonna be okay, is, you know, whatever.
Wow, well, more good things to come than it sounds like.
I hope so.
But don't take it from us.
Don't take it from me.
Try it yourself.
You'll see.
This is you, and that is your goal. But how do you get from all the way here all the way over there? Well, you gotta put in the hard work. But the thing is, it's never gonna be easy. It's always gonna be tough. So you have to be willing to put it in. But you know what? You might change your mind. That might not be your goal. You might not even like foosball. You might wanna play something else, like air hockey. The point is, your dreams don't die. Sometimes they just change.